even though you're in the beginning stages of a rebuilding process, you always have to deal with the postmortems of not getting in the NBA playoffs. That's where we're at. We have to own it. Now, I do think, with that said, the youth of our roster turnover, I think everybody understands where we sit today. And we just visited with the players, and we really had 3 or 4 seasons within a season. And that's typical. Many times in the NBA, it's in my opinion, a series of short stories on how your team changes due to injury and play and trades. And this was, a series of short stories, in my opinion, that were extreme youth and what we did with the team. A preseason that got started off really well. We were organized well, and then we took a couple body blows during the early portion of the season, just due to the fact that we weren't able to have practices. The group was new to each other. The group was extremely young. And then after Christmas, we started showing signs of a lot of hard work over a period of time where, as Quinn just talked to the team, we weren't seeing results maybe from a win-loss record standpoint. So that turned, and we became more competitive after Christmas and into January, and then obviously after the All-Star break and trade deadline, the nature of our group and how we defended changed, and our hopes are real simply that that's something that we can build on. So I want to be very transparent with that, and I got asked a question last night by Bowler and Matt, and it's the most obvious question that's out there, and the only way to address it is just head on. We're actively discussing that, and the coaches have been so busy developing the players, we really haven't got as deep as I wanted to get, frankly, at this point of the season. But we will, on management, scouts, I've encouraged our guys to argue, and as you guys would imagine, we'll put every scenario up on the board. And I think beyond timelines, we got to get back to what's fundamental for the Utah Jazz. And if it's using all of our money that we've saved over the seasons for one guy, then so be it. But it has to be the right player with the right mindset that fits the group. And so there's many discussions to be had, but we don't take lightly the character of the group that we have right now. The chemistry is really unique. It's collegiate in many ways, and it's pure, and so we hold that in high trust. So there's going to be a lot of difficult decisions. Look, other than Alec Burks this year, we didn't experience many injuries and lost games, and you guys have probably seen that analytical analysis relative to that, and that's a credit to our medical services group. It's a credit to Gary Briggs, who's soon to retire, and so we have to make that process make sense as well. And then I think we'll come up with something that is sound. And if sound means be bold, then we'll do that. The Miller family is fully committed to that. If it's stay extremely young because we like the group, and that in our opinion is the best alternative, we'll go there, or really anywhere in between. But the good news is, the great news is that I still think the best arc of improvement is really our internal improvement, and that's why we hired Quinn. He's very special. He and his staff are very special with player development. I think all of us have seen that. Adding Alec back to the group, and then we'll decide. We'll decide is selecting a late lottery pick the right thing to do, or do we push that pick out, do we parlay it to a vet, and then. But the neat thing is we have a full set of alternatives in front of us, and that's a credit to the Miller family, to Kevin O'Connor, Walt Perrin, Bob Hyde, Randy Rigby, guys that really made many set of long-term decisions and delayed gratification. And and now we're starting to see the fruit of that. Frankly, chemistry is fragile, and we all know it when we see it, and we can feel it, and then we obviously know what the opposite of that looks like as well. And so with teams, the equilibrium and the balance of having good chemistry is frankly very fragile. And luckily, if you put enough good people in the room together and give them a common cause and talk to them about how they can participate in that in a tangible way, usually good things happen. And so I think we'll get back to our core beliefs of what a team should look like, and that's high-minded around here, as everyone knows. John and Carl and Coach Sloan, and the history of the Jazz is one that the fans expect team play on both ends of the court. And while we're probably not passing the ball like John did in the heydays, I do think the fans quickly gravitated towards our defensive chemistry, and then it's our job to pick up those other areas. And so when you enter potentially new people into the equation, you have to talk that out. You have to talk that out with the group that you have and how it fits. And those conversations are delicate, but you have to be completely honest as well.